What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Yeet Fishing Podcast. I'm your host, Shandon Bradford, and your co-host with me today is Taylor Hadlock and Tyson Belknap.
What's up, people?
How we doing, guys?
Topic today, we're going to be talking about the Frozen Frenzy Schofield ice fishing tournament that happened this last weekend. We got a participant, and me and Taylor, the ones that hosted it. So kind of get both little spectrums there. Surprise, Tyson won it as well. So
Hold on. Tyson Belknap, represent.
Super stoked.
Yeet
Yeah.
Fishing Podcast
Was not
representative.
rigged. Pure luck.
It's true.
It
He does
was-
have the fish to prove it.
Yep. So great fish. You
Mhm.
caught, well, I guess we'll get into it. But yeah, recent trips. Obviously, Schofield for the tournament for all of us. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But I just ran in here from Strawberry Reservoir. So this morning I went to Utah Lake to catch some white bass through like the skim of ice on their side of the docks. Stood on the docks, catch some fish that way.
Dang.
Took some buddies with me, and then went home. Ate some
Only
lunch.
white bass?
Yeah, white bass. Sorry.
That was it?
Yeah, just that's
No
it.
crappie, no perch?
No, I marked some crappie, but
Oh.
couldn't get them to bite.
Surprised you're even marking stuff down there, honestly. With how how shallow it is.
Well,
They're there all year, I feel
yeah,
like.
well, the water's super high right now. in Utah.
Okay.
Like extremely high.
I've
So,
tried once like 2 years ago, and yeah, it wasn't
You need to
really the
go
best.
again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you're not the panfish guy, huh? You
I'm
need to try it
panfish.
again.
You gotta get on it. They're
Gotta
fun.
get on it. Yeah, they're fun. Did that, went and ate lunch, and then I went with Dustin Piper from Piper Outdoors on YouTube. Check him out.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
Great guy.
Went to Strawberry, and we went into a cove, and it had 4 inches or 4.25 inches of ice. So
Finally getting some.
That's pretty
some
good.
ice.
yeah, really good ice. The middle's still open, of course, but
Nice.
I caught a
Yeah.
bunch of cutthroat. I caught 2 on the tip up. One of them was pretty good, so that was exciting. But yeah, lots of good cuts. So
Nice. No rainbows?
no rainbows. We were just happy to see how much ice there was.
Yeah.
He has a live scope too, so I gotta
Oh, that's
dink
nice.
around with that a little bit.
Heck
They're
yeah.
fun.
It was so
They're
sick,
fun.
dude.
Dang. That's
They're
sweet.
so cool.
I'm
but-
jealous.
So funny thing about Live Scope, had an opportunity to use one for the tournament. Super excited, go out there and everything, and I get it set up, and it was reading weird. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, okay, I don't have time to mess around with this or whatever. Get it back to my buddy yesterday. He's like, dude, that's a cover on the bottom. And
Oh my
like the
God.
cover was just so thin and just I couldn't tell it was a cover, and he just pops it off. I'm like, oh well.
That's funny.
So I definitely learned a lesson there that some transducers have covers.
Uh-huh.
That's great.
Yeah, you gotta protect
Tip
that
up.
expensive of a thing.
Tip up of the week is check if your transducer's not working.
Tip up
Your
the
live
week.
scope.
If there's a cover.
Your light scope's not reading correct. Check see if you had a cover.
Yep.
That's great.
So,
I love it.
lug that around all day Saturday, not using it.
That's funny. Man.
I love it.
How many fish you end up catching at Strawberry, would you say?
We were only there for a couple hours, but I don't know, caught about between 6 to 10.
Not too
And
bad.
then, Dustin caught his good share. So
Nice. That was just what
probably
you
around 6.
that's what you caught?
Yeah, that's what I caught.
Is it just me, guys, or is it weird first ice year? Like, I seem to remember for the past 2 or 3 years, like, when I'm hitting that first ice, it's honestly hand over fist fishing. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
times you can't even drop your line down in the water. And
Right.
you're actually having to work for these fish this year.
It's because the water I think the water level is so high and it's just they're not used to being in these spots the past
Yeah.
years.
Different spots. Water's high. It's freezing later in the year.
Yeah.
I don't know. A bunch of different things it could be, I guess.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just different experience. It's kind of had you realize that not all fishing's the same every year. I mean, even with Schofield out there, you always have like those white trout. What do you call them? The trout killers or whatever.
Oh yeah. Trout magnet. Trout
Trout
magnet.
magnets. Yep, the
Trout
trout
magnets.
magnets.
Yeah.
Those were best jig you could use out there. And this year, it's like they want other stuff.
Yeah.
So
Different year
They're,
for sure.
they're definitely picky. They're there. You just gotta know where they're at.
I do.
That's what some people struggled on the tournament. And other people were just slaying them. So
Yeah.
you just kind of got to know the spots, I guess. So
Well, that can lead us
Yeah.
into some ice reports, some kind of what
Yeah.
So I guess Schofield during the tournament, me and Taylor were like skating on 4 inches, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe 3.5, 4 inches.
Yeah.
Ice skating on that.
Clear ice.
Yeah, that was clear out in the middle. So I mean, the edges had easily 6+. You know,
definitely.
So. Edges are great. The middle's fine too. Great. So
She was noisy Saturday though.
Especially
growing.
the south end too.
Oh
South
my
end was
gosh.
terrible.
It was one of the craziest feelings I've ever had. I was probably 5 or 6 feet away from a pressure ridge. I know why to stay away from those now.
Yeah.
5 or 6 feet away from this pressure ridge, and what I've actually learned, the reason I'm so close to this, is those pressure ridges are kind of where drop-offs are, because where the water movement is, it's affected, and it's causing the water to kind of splash back up and giving kind of that weak point of the pressure ridge. So I was like, okay, cool, there's a drop-off near here. So I was fishing near that, and it grows and separates. Like, we felt the ice shift, and then all of a sudden where that pressure ridge was frozen solid, there's about a foot of gap there. Oh, like that earthquake 3 or 4 years ago we had out here in Utah. Like, it was that feeling.
Felt it.
Yeah.
Well, we felt it. We were towards the mouth of the dam. And we
Mhm.
felt it. We felt the shift. So we were a good ways away, and we still felt it.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah.
it was. Ooh. And then you're out there hitting with your spud bar. And
Yeah.
my uncle isn't as educated on ice safety, so he did hit one point where it kind of just spiderwebbed everywhere, and I see him just
Hey, he's like running
away from it. So that was kind of fun, just watching him play with the spud bar there. But I'd still say, even though it's capped, the ice is so active right now. Use all safety precautions still.
Yeah.
Like,
Watch those pressure ridges for sure.
still spud barring
Spud
out
around
everywhere.
those, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We were telling Tyson before we started recording, he should have like started trolling inside that crack.
Yeah.
That way, just like drop a bottom, bounce it down there,
Uh-huh.
run around.
That would have been sweet. I did get to the point where I got a jaw jacker over there and had that set up, but didn't catch anything. And the more I was looking at it, the more I think that ridge was growing, because I'm like, something's just going to yank that in there.
Oh, 100%.
So we took that out after about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. Kind of where I was fishing, though, is like you guys were saying, where the lake is higher. I had actually looked at kind of some imaging and stuff, and the lake was so low that you could see the terrain where the water is now, as well as like some algae blooms. So kind of hopped down this little hole of algae blooms. I was like, does that help fishing? Does that not? And apparently algae blooms do provide cover and does help kind of the fishing in the area. So my thought process was don't have any idea if this helped me catch more fish or not, is that the ice on top of them kind of gave them that sense of cover that they've already been used to all season.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my thinking there, but
Definitely covered because it was thick.
it was, yeah.
Mhm.
It
During the fall, you couldn't see
It was
into the water
nasty.
at all. And it was
Exactly.
thick algae bloom.
And so I'm like,
So
there has to
weird.
be like vegetation, or like the algae didn't just disappear. It probably sunk down to the bottom, and there's cover down there. I didn't have a camera, but it was active. I mean, from where we were at, from that pull off. So if you're going to Schofield driving south, there's a pull off. That last year you could drive down all the way to the beach, and
Yeah.
people would park down there. This year, that's not the case. You drive down and you're hitting the water.
You're getting water. Yeah.
Right there.
It's a lot higher.
A lot of people just set up right there, like within 200-300 yards, kind of just surrounding everybody there. And we kind of headed back to the north side. First fishing, only catching about 12 to 13 inch cutthroats, nothing impressive. Did catch a 12-inch rainbow, which I was stoked about because I was expecting having to go to the dam to catch that.
Yeah.
At that point, I was ready to move. I was with 2 other guys, and I had just let them be. I go over there in the first drop down at this new spot, pull up an 18.5-inch cutthroat. Second drop, pull up my 19.25-inch cutthroat, 19.25. Didn't get the quarter because I did something wrong with the measurement. It's just one of those things. But we're learning.
Docked him.
It's one of those things that you gotta learn for.
19-inch.
You got penalized.
Got penalized, got to a 19-inch, but at that point, I already caught a good fish. So now I'm willing to be a little bit more giving. So I'm like, come on, guys, get over here. Got my uncle on his personal best cutthroat when he got over to that spot.
Nice.
Not quite as good, but
It's
it's a
PB.
PB.
Good work.
So, and then my other buddy, he kind of just stayed in that spot when we kept moving up. and ended up going to that spot again, and that's where I caught my rainbow and my tiger trout. In between those spots, though, we had a mishap, fellas. Now, my line was fine. Pulled my jig out of the water, didn't know what the heck happened, and it was pulling drag like, this is not easy drag to pull right here. Only thing I could think of is a muskie, maybe a wiper, but the way this thing was fighting and pulling drag, I've never felt a fish fight like that in my life.
It was one of those fat walleyes.
It could have been a fat walleye too.
Yeah.
Who knows what it was, but it wrapped around my transducer. I bent over to get my transducer out, and the way he just darted under the ice, it all happened so fast. I don't know what happened there, but I look around, like, how the heck did that happen? Pull my jig up, and then there this comes dangling down the line. I'm like, no. No.
That's a medium heavy rod too, so
it's a medium heavy.
It's a stout rod.
So, and I think it's fiberglass with the way it broke.
Yeah, looks like
but
it.
I just couldn't believe it. So that was after I'd only caught a cutthroat as well.
Dang.
I was pretty upset at that point.
Yeah.
And then I pulled that tiger trout out, and the day changed. So I think we caught that rainbow trout. I'd literally just given up fishing at that point. It was 12:45, and pulled it out and managed to bump me up. I was in like 6th, 7th.
Upgrade, yeah.
6th. Yep.
So
I bumped you up.
For those who don't know anything about the Frozen Frenzy Ice Fishing Tournament, Taylor, can you explain the rules, kind of how the tournament works?
Yeah. So what it was, it took place on the app Fish Donkey, which basically is an app that we can go in, we can create our own tournament, create our own rules, and basically regularize it in that system. And then everybody goes, downloads the app, registers on it, and then once the tournament is live, you catch a fish, you put it on a bump board, you take a picture of it, get the measurements, take a picture of you holding the fish, and then it goes into your live well. And so what the tournament was it was every species in Schofield Reservoir. So cutthroat trout, tiger trout, rainbow trout, wiper, muskie, chub, walleye. That was all of them, right?
I think that's it. Yeah. I think you named them all.
So
you guys had a pretty funny second chub submission.
Oh my gosh. We don't need to talk about
Put it down now.
Yeah. So it was basically you have every species you could catch, and your biggest of each species would go towards your final bag. And so we only had people catch trout, and then we had one person, or was it 2 people ended up?
One person.
One person ended up catching a little 4-inch chub.
A little chub, yeah.
And so
it was a close.
It was the top 7 people caught all 3 trout species.
Oh, yep. Only. So there's 133 participants.
Yeah.
Only the top 7 caught all 3 trout species. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's saying that it was tricky for people to get the tiger trout. And then rainbow was a little bit lower, but the cutthroat, it seemed like majority of people were catching at least a cutthroat.
So here's your stats on it. So 133 people, 68.5% of the fish caught were cutthroat trout. 22.2% of the fish caught were rainbow trout. 5.5% of the fish caught were tiger trout, and then 0.3%, or just the one, was a chub. So no walleye, wiper, or tiger muskie were caught.
And it was a close between 6th and 1st. We've got 3 inches, 3.75 inches.
Yeah, it came down to the 1/4 inch for sure.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was a good tournament there. I did bring some examples of what I caught on. I had a lot of people ask me what I was using out there. Got by my sponsor, Weezer Kites here. We got these little guys. You can see those. They're like some
hold them back a little further.
Triangle paddle tails there. Used a white on those, and then you got your Ned's bait box, your ling dingers there, about 2.5 inches on that.
White and red
speckle on that. So that's what I was using for the majority of the time.
How big were your fish?
So we had our tiger trout at, I still think it was at 18, but apparently it was 17.50.
You got docked.
Then we had a cutthroat that was at 19.25, but again at 19. And
got docked again.
with my rainbow, that one was 16.50.
Let's see. What did you say? You gave him 17.25.
I think you guys docked him to 17.
No, we gave you 17.25. You put it at 17 and a half.
17 and a half.
But it's not touching the line at 17 and a half.
Not with his mouth open.
Yeah, you got the mouth open. You're lucky we gave you the 17.25. We could have docked you down to 17.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, your cutthroat though was 19, so that's a decent cut. You could have done better on your rainbow though. 16 and a half. Come on, buddy.
I know. We had a 12.50. And before the tournament even started, I was getting ready. I had my jaw jacker just set up, but just like barely hanging in the water. And all of a sudden, I'm like, did my jaw jacker just go off? And I go to like lift it up, and the fish had gotten off already. But I'm like, what in the world? I'm like, it's gonna be that type of day, huh?
Yeah.
It was not that type of day.
Just quick. So we gave away prizes for the top 5 people. So we had 2 guys that were kind of back and forth the whole tournament.
Yep.
And it was Jay Riggs and Brian Olson. They were probably in better service than everybody else because some people didn't upload until after, once they got into better service. But it was kind of head-to-head with them all day. And we're like, uh-oh, who's it going to be? Yeah, because one of them would catch a bigger fish, and then the other would catch a bigger fish.
Back and forth and back and forth.
The fun thing about Fish Donkey, too, is if you have your sound on, if there's like a new leader or something, a donkey noise goes off. And so you're just like, oh, what is it? Like, what happened? Who caught a bigger fish?
Get stoked, yeah.
And so it just kind of like keeps you on your toes, knowing that like you still got to be involved in the tournament. So.
Well, and for me, like I didn't have service hardly anywhere. Like even by the dam, I had 2 bars of LTE, and so for me, it was like, I don't know. It was just the suspense. I had no idea where I placed or anything. Like when we pulled in, I had no idea where I was on the leaderboard or like where I had placed. So I got pretty excited when I started seeing those results.
You're just fishing your heart out.
I was just, yep.
So I want to talk about the numbers. This is only what fish were logged, not fish totally caught. So there could have been a lot more fish caught. But we were telling people that only if they caught a bigger fish to log it. So we had 18 tiger trout logged, 0 tiger muskie. Let's see, how many rainbow trout, if it'll load. Rainbow trout, we had 45 rainbow trout, and I believe 94 cutthroat. So it's quite a bit of fish.
It's almost a fish a person with it.
And then 1 chub.
And the 1 chub.
Yeah. So,
and the one that got away.
I know some people didn't even catch fish.
Yeah, some people didn't catch any.
Yeah, because we only had like 98 people submit overall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I do know my one buddy, he didn't end up making it, so maybe we had a couple people.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at check-in we had 5 people that didn't
show up.
So, but we also had some people sign up the morning of. Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was good to see.
Yep. We learned our lesson with DNR. We got our permit and everything for wildlife.
For DWR. Wildlife Resources, yeah. We got the permits for that. Not for
state
or
DNR, Division of Natural Resources.
DNR, the state park stuff. So
yep,
they're really nice. They're cool.
Yeah, guy was awesome.
Is the berry going to be under those requirements?
So Forest Service takes care of the berry, and I'm working on the paperwork on that right now, and it's not fun. Not fun.
Government paperwork.
We don't need insurance though, so that's great.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Like, yeah, you don't need insurance. Like, yes.
Yes.
Because that's money out of the pocket.
For real.
And money that doesn't go towards the tournament.
It would only go
better prizes.
One-time use.
Yeah. It's no one's gonna get hurt. They're fine. They're fishing.
They're smart. Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun hosting it.
A lot of fun.
What Shandon and I did is, since Schofield doesn't have much snow on it right now, we first started off the day in the dam, which there is snow. So we walked around, talked to people.
Just some footage of them.
Yep. Made a little hype video, so go check that out. It's on our Instagram, Frozen Frenzy Ice Fishing.
Yep.
And then we got out of the dam, and we're like, let's put our skates on. So we put the skates on, and we just started skating around, talking to everybody. And it was a good time. Met a lot of great people. And
yeah, a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
It was fun meeting everybody. For sure, the highlight for me. Yep.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But we started at the mouth of the dam, and then we skated all the way down south. not parallel with the island, but we did make it pretty far down south.
Yeah.
And then we didn't skate anywhere up north, but we saw a bunch of people up there catching stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we had to go and verify fish. So we then went and set up.
Yes, if you're going to Schofield soon, don't go by the dam. We noticed that was the slowest
It's terrible.
part. Awful fishing there. So
We heard like one person. We probably talked to like 12 groups.
and nobody caught. Yeah.
If anything, one person maybe,
Yeah.
but nothing.
Been hit hard for 2 or 3 weeks now.
Yeah, it's been hit hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fish kind of moved out of it, maybe a little bit, but
Do you want to give a big shout out to the Fish Donkey staff though, for helping out, kind of getting some things straightened out. What was her name? Bonnie.
yeah, Bonnie at Fish
Mhm.
Donkey's awesome.
Yep, awesome. She's jealous of our ice. First thing she says, "Oh my gosh, you guys have so much ice down there." We just got rain today. It sounded so sad. So I hope Minnesota gets some ice soon because we're having a good time out here, guys.
Yeah, Bonnie's one of the, I don't know, owner or just the person that runs Fish Donkey, but there's two people, Bonnie and somebody else, and they're awesome.
Clyde.
I don't.
Bonnie and Clyde, yeah.
Bonnie and Clyde. Yeah. I don't know who it is. But
What's that from? Bonnie and Clyde.
It's like an old
It's like
story of like two
lovers
lovers that go
Oh,
around
yeah.
banks and stuff.
Yeah,
Kill a
that's
bunch
what
of
it is.
cops.
I was like, I know the name and stuff, but
Bonnie's much nicer than that.
yeah,
Yeah, Bonnie's awesome.
she's always like on top of like responding
Always
to all
on
of our
top.
stuff.
Text or calls. So
Took
if you
a
give her a
call.
call for tech support, she'll like answer right away.
It was like 6 or 7 at night, which
Yeah.
in Minnesota that's 8 or 9. I'm
2
not
hours
sure.
ahead,
2
yeah.
hours ahead. So took our call. I had an issue with uploading a fish, and we just wanted to make this tournament as legitimate as possible. And with how the things are, the hosts can't change people's fish because it just helps with the integrity of the tournament there. But Bonnie was able to verify that we had caught this fish, see that the timestamp or that this photo was downloaded from Fish Donkey, and then get that added on for the other competitors to see and verify the winning on that, which I thought was awesome. So
It's definitely, if you're wanting to put on a tournament, it's a great way to start. I mean, it's basically you go in, say what you want your rules to be, and then boom, push it live, and people can start registering.
and what's the amount that you don't have to go through the state at all for holding a tournament?
84 is the
84
max.
people.
Once you hit 85 or more,
Okay.
or have cash
Or-
prizes over 2,000,
Over 2,000.
then you have to get registered to the state.
Yeah.
So
Anything
And-
over that, you have to have a permit.
Yep.
And it's a great solution because we talked to a guy a couple weeks ago who'd been trying to hold a fish tournament at Schofield, and it was just boggling my mind why they were having so many issues with doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you guys have avoided and talked about this whole time with the bump boards is the slot. Like this gives a
Mm-hmm.
great opportunity for some of those lakes that you can't really tournament fish or really show your skills off because they have that slot limit, and that kind of gives you guys that access to people who are familiar with those fisheries that can now enjoy tournaments because
You can do a catch and release tournament.
exactly they can do a catch and release that's legitimate, it's fair, and it has integrity in it. So
Mhm.
don't have to worry about weights in the bellies. of
Our biggest
walleye.
thing
That's
was
right.
like we had a check-in at the beginning of the day, made everybody bring their bump boards to us, and we checked them off, saying whether or not they're approved, and then they
We
could
had
go
a
on their
few
way.
bring unapproved boards or
Yeah.
not approved boards, and had to turn their board away. But
Hmm. But it ended up turning out good.
Yeah, it went
Majority
good.
of people brought boards, and it was nice to know that we didn't have to turn. Luckily, the people we did turn away, they had friends that had approved boards,
right, yeah,
so they were able to just use those, and we
they're
approved that.
still able to fish, and
So it was great. It was a good turnout. We gave away 54 raffle prizes plus the earning prizes. So we gave away 59 prizes. So
that's a good amount.
it was great.
Love my raffle prize. I got Weezer kites.
These are
there.
kites and more
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
I
great.
guess I got $1,000 too, but
Yeah, yeah.
sure
First
did.
place was $1,000.
Yep.
Second place was the new Eskimo E40 composite auger,
Mhm.
That's
electric
sweet.
auger. Third place was the Eskimo 350 XD. Fourth place was $100 to Sportsman's, like a gift card. Fifth place was $75 to Sportsman's for a gift card.
Awesome raffles too. You guys gave away frostbite rods.
Yeah,
some lots
Tons
of
of raffles.
plastics.
Thanks to our sponsors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say we didn't provide
guided
anything.
trips.
Guided trips,
So-
Guided. Yep.
beef jerky, tons
jerky.
of
Oh, that
baits.
brisket jerky! I had my uncle won that prize.
Good.
That was some good stuff. There.
I didn't try the brisket jerky. Was it good?
It was good.
Which one did you get?
I got the teriyaki jerky, and I hate teriyaki jerky. But I
he was
tried
like,
that one.
he was like, I don't want teriyaki.
I was like,
Takes a bite of it,
gross.
and then like 5 minutes later, he's like, "Where'd that teriyaki jerky go?" I was
Hey,
like, "What?"
You got some more of that?
Who were those guys again?
So that's Mama Ding. His name is the jerky guy, or no, what is his name? His name's Lunar.
Mama Dang's
Mama
beef
Dang's-
jerky.
I think he's called the jerky guy on Facebook or
Okay, yeah.
Instagram.
Really good. Like it's not your standard like chewy jerky, but it's almost like it's a crunchy jerky.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's like the more you suck on it, like it got like
Yeah,
juicy.
it
It,
gets
was
juicy.
Yeah,
great.
it gets juicy. Yep.
So it's Lunar, and he's called your jerky guy.
You're a jerky guy.
So
Some good stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's we can go through some of these sponsors here. Let's see.
he gave away buckets too, which is nice. Everybody could always
Yeah.
use a bucket
Oh,
on
yeah,
ice
for
fishing.
sure.
Yeah. No, that was with a lid on it too, so you can make your own
Yep.
seat.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll put a picture up of the sponsor banner we had up, but yeah, we had T-Chat Outdoors. Taylor's
Right here.
YouTube channel. We had Shandon Bradford Outdoors.
Right there.
No,
My
both
YouTube
those
channel.
YouTube channels.
We had Frostbite. They gave away 2 rods, drench rods, and a reel.
One
Oh yeah, sorry, one
per tournament.
per tournament.
We'll give one away at Strawberry in
Yep.
January.
Wasatch Tenkara had rods. Sinorama was sponsoring the banners we had. Kokanee Creatures had a bunch of baits. Do Life Outdoors had baits. Half Done Outdoors on YouTube had 2 custom rods, or a rod per tournament, I guess. Sierra Slammers had a bunch of great stuff.
Awesome digs.
Climate, what's the blanket called?
It was the cabin thermal something or rather.
Great blanket.
Awesome blankets, huge,
Yeah.
super nice.
DNR was a partner with, getting permits to them. Kokanee Co. Great baits.
Awesome guys. Yep.
Blue Fishing and Rentals was the one who offered $450 certificate towards any service they do. So that was awesome. Eskimo and Ion were partners. Striker was a sponsor. Christensen, Lakeshore and Tackle. Tackle boxes full of tackle.
Yeah.
Weezer's Kites, great boxes full of tackle. So, yeah, lots of raffles there.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot
awesome.
of great sponsors. So,
They just kept going. I was like, well, we gotta keep going because we
Yeah.
just got a ton.
bunch of stuff. Yeah.
We just started combining things together because we were like, we just gotta get it to people.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how many more we can get for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
'Cause that's for first tournament. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We've already
You guys
had
got some of the biggest ice fishing names sponsor that tournament, so it's
Yeah.
only up from here.
Mhm.
Yep.
We actually had 2 people reach out to us just since
Oh,
the
sweet,
other one.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, so we added 2 more additional sponsors for Strawberry. So.
Yep. And if you guys are watching this or listening to this, and you want to be a sponsor, Frozen Friendly Ice Fishing, we'd be happy to talk and work something out. So let us know.
And also for our YouTube too. We'd love sponsors. for
Yeah,
that
it's
too.
true. Yeet Fishing. We don't have one yet.
Which
Whoever
do we
wants
make that announcement or we
No.
we hold off? Okay.
Mhm.
Oh
that.
yeah, the drawing for your rod. It's been busy with this
Oh, that-
tournament.
yeah.
So sorry,
I was
y'all.
thinking of something else. My bad.
No.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I think we have 50 or how many subscribers do we have now? I don't think it's 50
Well, let's do it right now. We're gonna do a raffle right now.
right now.
Here's the winner.
Austin Olson.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Yeah.
Didn't bring it with me, but we'll shoot you a DM and figure coordinated time to come pick that up or meet up with you.
What's the
So.
rod? What rod?
It is a 28-inch. It's a red reel, red rod. I don't know the name off the top of my head.
Red rod.
28-inch red
rod.
reel.
A red.
We'll call
combo.
it mean red on that. So
Anything else from the tournament, Tyson, on your side, from the fisherman side?
thing is, yeah, it was awesome the way you guys did things there. I don't think it could have gone any better, and I think there are a lot of things that could have gone bad that didn't.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so it was honestly the best case scenario. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys let me participate and also help you guys out with that. I think what we're doing, kind of making improvements in the community, fishing community, is really making an impact now. So it's kind of cool to see that you know, like we talked about a couple episodes ago, we're here to help. And I really am starting to think that people realize we're reliable with that help.
Yeah, we want people to get outdoors, get out there and learn how to fish. So a lot of people don't go, I think, because they're just scared of the learning process. Like, how do I do it? How do I do this? So.
And if you guys were at the tournament, give us suggestions what you guys think we could.
Yeah, we do want suggestions. Yeah.
Yep.
What do you think was good? What do you think was bad? Because we're definitely going to implement some of that stuff in the next tournament, that strawberry.
Yeah.
And I think first things first, we should address the championship prize. A little disappointed I didn't have a heavyweight belt there, or
you better
gold
start fucking
medal.
up your money if you're gonna keep complaining.
Well, got $1,000 for my belt, boys.
I'll take the $1,000 back. If that wasn't good enough, give it right back.
$1,000 gold belt.
You happy?
With honestly the belt. Just that thing. Now the money's gone. And all
I
I have
do
is a
need to
photo.
message
The
the
money's
person.
gone already. Sheesh.
Yeah.
We thought about getting a big old check, getting one of those, but
That'd be fun.
yeah,
For pictures.
maybe for the future we'll get one. So that would be sweet.
It was awesome prizes. I'm just putting you guys' legs there.
We're also thinking about getting like a little podium, having everybody, the first, second, and third, stand on.
Really bit my tongue
So-
wanting to give a speech.
Oh no. Everybody would have been gone.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Okay, well.
It's been fun,
That was
guys.
a good episode. Great tournament. First time hosting was fun. So
First time winning.
Oh,
Yep.
sorry for not, if you're still here, sorry for not posting last Monday. Yeah, it was just busy with the tournament. We didn't get a podcast out, so.
Yep.
We'll let you all down for last Monday, but we should be good to go from now on.
Yep.
So,
I think we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully next one's on the ice.
yeah, we do need to go on the ice. So.
Yep.
Okay.
Hopefully soon. All right. Thanks for joining. See you guys next time. Yeet fishing.
Out.
Out.